North riders, it's been a winter of problems. Fox Connecticut's Anthony DiLorenzo spent some time with MetroNorth's brass to look into the issues plaguing the rail service. He joins us now with more. Anthony?
Sarah, the rail cars many of us take to commute are well past their prime and should have actually been replaced over a decade ago. That and a brutal winter have created the perfect scheduling storm for MetroNorth, since it's been forced to operate with 10% fewer trains on the tracks all this month, leading to mounting frustrations. The hustle and bustle of MetroNorth's New Haven line has not stopped this winter. As the busiest commuter line in the country, 140,000 passengers ride the rails along the shoreline and into the city. But the brutal winter has stopped half of the aging cars right in their tracks and into the repair shop.
We do a lot of the heavy maintenance on the cars.
John Hogan is assistant chief mechanic for MTA in New Haven. He's worked for the venerable rail service for as long as many of these electric cars have been in use.
When I first started on a railroad in 1976, these cars were just coming in, and they told us then that the cars were good for 20 years. So we've well surpassed that. Back-to-back storms really took its toll, plus the amount of snow we had.
At one point this winter, 160 cars were out of service. That's out of a fleet exceeding 380. When you take away just 60, service is crippled. That's why passengers are now dealing with complicated changes to their tight schedules this month.
So we're well aware of what the needs and demands are, for our passengers, and there's nothing that troubles us more than not being able to supply the cars we need to supply for our riders. Right here's the traction motor here.
Mostly it's been the motors that power the trains that have been failing. But who could forget this home video showing the doors swinging wide open during a recent trip into New York City? It's problems like these watchdog group MetroNorth Commuter Council is closely eyeing.
MetroNorth, I think, really wants to run a world-class railroad, but they're dealing with third-world equipment that should have been replaced decades ago.
Jim Cameron chairs the council, which is holding a summit Wednesday night in Stamford. They've invited commuters and train officials to get to the bottom of a myriad of mishaps.
Trains aren't showing up. Trains that do show up are short of cars. Some cars don't have any heat or lights. At rush hour, it's standing room only conditions on most of the trains.
So that begs the question, where are the eagerly awaited M8 Japanese-built trains that were ordered years ago and set to debut in 2009?
Basically what you see over here, these are the M8s. This is the actual test train that they've...
MTA says 24 trains have already been delivered and are being put through their paces. The state's $866 million investment stalled, though, after a complicated set of glitches. But we are told the trains are finally on track for a springtime debut, a relief to daily riders.
It was supposed to have been probably about a year ago. So I'm looking forward to that, though. I think it'll be an improvement.
A 21st century improvement eagerly awaited for a railroad in operation since the Civil War. And here's what we've been able to find out. Right now, 24 M8 cars are being rigorously tested in New Haven and should be complete in a few weeks. But there are still 340 cars that have yet to even be built. That will happen at the Kawasaki plant in Lincoln, Nebraska. Once production gets ramped up, 10 cars will be delivered and introduced to the fleet every month until the old cars are finally replaced. There's no hard timetable for that, however. Again, if you'd like to attend the Commuter Crisis Summit to learn more, it's tonight at 7 o'clock at Stamford's Government Center. Anthony DiLorenzo, Fox, Connecticut.
Thanks, Anthony. United Airlines is canceling for delays and delaying flights all across the country. The airline has pulled its 757s from its fleet for maintenance on the plane's computers. There could be more cancellations or delays all across the country today.
First Niagara Bank is planning to cut jobs. Jobs will be cut in New Haven and Manchester.